Thompson's plumbers are on site. These guys are based out of Newborough, Ontario. In this picture here we have on the left Jack. In the hole there is Tyler. And the other gentleman you're going to see is Ron Thompson, who is the president and CEO of the company. These guys have been working with us for a number of years, probably up to 15, helping us with another property. We like the work they do. They do great work, and we were thrilled when they said they could help us with this project. They've inserted a pump 180, 190 feet down, and they've also inserted something called a well buster that prevents overflow, because I believe we've got ourselves a running well, or what's called an artesian well here. So that has to be inserted to make sure it doesn't overflow at certain times of the year. And then they've started work inside the foundation over here. Take a second for me to walk over. There they are right there. Got Thompson's plumbing. And you can see they've marked things up in terms of, this is where the kitchen island is sitting. You've got a run here for the, well, this is a large bathroom here, so you've got the run being carved out of the gravel here for the 2 sink vanity. Washing machine, tub, toilet. And then over here in the master ensuite, down low you've got the exit for the sewage, and then on top of that you're going to have the plumbing for the bathroom in the corner here. So you've got sink, shower, and then a toilet over in this area. So it's coming together, they're digging away, and the priority for today is the main work they're doing over here, making that connection with the well to the house itself. Brody's finishing up with filling in the connection, as usual, high precision with his machine. So the wellhead has been installed and connected to the house, and over here we've got 2 of the members of the Thompson team working away, and I'm literally standing beside Jack here, Jack Thompson. And Jack, if you could just maybe give us a quick synopsis of what you and your colleague are doing right now inside the foundation, digging these trenches.
So we're basically just digging our trenches for the DWV rough-in, which is your drains, wastes, and vents. And this big trench here all the way up to where Taylor is basically our main drain. We've got some offshoots there. There's going to be a bathroom right on top of me. That'll be above everything. And then there's a line there that'll pick up the washing machine and the shower. Shower is wet vented through the washing machine. You've got this guy here, which is for your toilet, which is going to be over here. And then mechanical room right here. We've got a floor drain that'll be going up in here. Taylor's at the kitchen sink, which will be wet vented through this as well. And then right at the end of our trench is where our stack will come up, and right there is where the vanity is for this main bathroom.
Beautiful blue skies out here today. Hey everyone, it's just after Labor Day, And the Thompson's team is back here on site. They're getting their sleeves in place for the water lines. We've got water lines that'll come into the kitchen here. There's going to be no water line sleeve laid in the bathroom here because those will come in through the wall. The water lines will come in through the wall. Jack's going to put water line sleeves out here to this washroom. And over here as well, Jack, there's going to be the faucet here.
There's going to be one to an outside tap.
Gotcha. So a sleeve and then one to an outside tap, or it's going to come through the wall. And if we go over here, we can see this little tree that's been put here. And this is for the pressure test that's going to happen later this morning. You have to fill it with, what pressure do you put it up to?
For the DWV, 5 pounds.
They put it up to 5 pounds, and then it has to hold for, I think it's 15 to 20 minutes. But this one will stay in place probably for several hours because the inspector's going to come a little later on and have a look at it. And then once the inspector's had a look at it, the pressure will be released and the pressure will come out of the system. And that test, not being a plumber of course, I've been informed that test is done to make sure that all of the seals and seams in the pipes and the fittings are tight and that there won't be any leaks. And that's one of the tests the plumbers go through. So it's coming along well. Guys are doing a great job, of course, and interesting to see how this pressure test goes later today. The key thing that you see here in the photos, in the footage, is that this is a slab-on grade. The rough-in, the plumbing that has to go in, needs to be installed underneath the slab, underneath the concrete slab, hence the trenching in the crushed stone. Building over here, we've got Taylor, who's preparing the system for the actual pressure test. And you see all of the pipes right now have these caps on them. So he's closing off the pipe that goes into the septic tank right now. So that will make that airtight. Then he's going to add pressure to the system in this tree over here. You can see this little blue tree. And then they're going to do 5 to 6 pounds of pressure for a minimum of, I think it's 15 minutes. And the inspector's going to have a look at that. And then once it's done, you release the pressure and the system passes it. It's done to make sure that all of the joints, like this, don't have air leaks. And if they don't have air leaks, then they won't have water leaks. So if it holds pressure for the 15 minutes, then it's all good.
The amount of pipe that's underground, it's going to take a while for it to start to climb.
Right.
And usually, once it does, then you can actually watch it climb fairly quick.
Gotcha. And again, it goes up to around 6?
5 on this.
5, okay.
Yeah. And the bigger the house, the longer that initial push takes. So sometimes you're sitting there wondering if you have a small leak somewhere.
Sure.
All of a sudden you start to see it climb.
Oh yeah, all the that
Yeah.
one there's popped up.
Yeah.
They're all rising slowly.
Yeah, the bigger ones happen a lot faster. That'll happen at a pound. The little ones will start to push at the very end.
Right.
That's why you stand over.
You guys ever had a situation where there's been a couple leaks or no?
You'll get it eventually, but it's also, if you think that you're gonna have one, you know what, you have a
good idea
of this was a particularly hard one to get. Normally it'll be something that's inside a wall,
right?
A hard angle to hit.
Got it.
And when it's an all brand new system like this and everything's accessible, it takes a factory defect for it to really kick in.
And what they're doing is they're laying the water lines. So these are the hot and cold water lines. They'll be in this sleeve here. Those are the water lines. So you'll have one running out to a faucet on this side of the house. There'll be obviously the taps here in the kitchen. The ones here in this bathroom won't be in the sleeve because they're going to come up through the wall. And then there's going to be one that runs out to this side of the building over.
Today. Virgos, unite! See them for the last time ever when they come to the CTC in January. We're very proud to be presenting that show at the CTC.
There, see, sitting at 5 PSI. And it's already been up there for how long, Taylor?
About 5 minutes so far.
5 minutes already?
Yeah.
And so that'll go a minimum another 10 just for these guys to be happy with it. And then they're going to let it sit. It's morning still, and then the inspector is going to come by, I think around at 3 o'clock today, have a look at that, and then he'll release the pressure to let it out of the system.
We'll keep going our 4-inch underneath here, and then we have a 4x4x2 Y under here that comes up and